Hello wonderful people that watch my blog. I'm BrewmanJack, and tonight we have the unveiling of Rabid Squirrel. It's a Hefeweizen, actually a Bavarian Hefeweizen, so we're really looking forward to this beer. I was a little concerned when I was making it that I might have screwed something up. As you can see, it's the color is just a little bit darker than normal, but I thought it was a whole lot darker when it was sitting in the fermenter in the primary. So it is it's got the normal citrusy taste that Hefeweizen has, but almost a grapefruity hint to it. Some hints of caramel also. Should be interesting. Give me 1 second. Oh, sweet nectar of the gods. Oh my. Oh my, this is good. Okay, so it definitely has the citrusy undertones that that a normal Hefeweizen has, but it's got a little bit of a malt characteristic to it, but not overly strong. But it definitely gives some body to the beer, and oh my, the drinkability is just incredible. I mean, it's got a lot of flavor and just kind of hits you with that initial punch, but it just goes down smooth. And, oh, by the beard of Zeus, this is good beer. Oh man. Oh, that's good. So I'm glad it turned out really well, because this beer is named after Rabid Squirrel, and I'm going to go into the story now of how it's named Rabid Squirrel. I went to Bavaria. This is a Bavarian Hefeweizen, and I wanted to get something, that would give it a little bit more punch, a little bit more something. That and I think it worked. Excuse me. And I wanted to pick something, some sort of herb, something from Bavaria, to incorporate in my beer, to make it unique. And so I went to if you guys don't know where Bavaria is, it's in the southeast border of Germany, and I went to the Bavarian Forest, which is in the very southeast border of Bavaria. So it's in the very corner of Germany, right on the Czech, Czech Republic line right there, borderline. Brain fart. But anyway, so I went down there to try and find something that I really wanted to use, and so I'm in the forest, and I'm there for like a couple weeks, and I'm just like cruising around. I'm finding different little, grasses and different pieces of pine, but nothing that I really wanted to use. And the interesting thing about the Bavarian Forest, it's like in Fellowship of the Ring, the Old Forest. It's really quite interesting, quite weird. There's a different vibe about it. Things just seem to be alive there, and after spending a few weeks, the animals around, were starting to get more comfortable. When I was first there, they were freaked out, and then they started to get more comfortable when I was there. And so and then one day, just all of a sudden, this little rabbit came up and was like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you looking for?" And I was just like, "Hey, little rabbit, you can talk and you speak English. How convenient." And so I was talking to him, and I was telling him what I was doing. And he goes, "Yeah, it's pretty dangerous to be in this, in the woods right now, because in the forest, because there's a huge civil war going on between the animals of the forest." And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, we have the guy I follow, he's this great elk of the forest called Denton." And I was like, "Oh, Denton, sweet, I want to meet Denton." And so he was like, "Oh, sure, let's go meet him." And so I went and I meet Denton, the elk, and he goes, "Yeah, we have this huge civil war, this uprising in the east from the Rabid Squirrel. Nobody knows his name. He said, just call him the Rabid Squirrel." He's causing all kinds of panic in the forest. And so I was like, oh, we gotta stop this guy. And so we raised our army, you know, of the good, what I thought was the good animals, which they were the good animals. You know, the elks, and we got the rabbits, and then we got the mountain lions and owls. And so I was like, oh, we gotta, you know, storm the Rabid Squirrel's little tree nut house thing. And so we go and we start attacking, and the Rabid Squirrel's coming. You know, he's doing his little battle called rabbit or squirrel style, and so we, you know, and the battle just ensued, and like the bears on his side came out, and the great deers, and you know, the deers and Danton are just like, bah, you know, going at it, and the mountain lion and the bears and the birds are fighting up in the air, just beast fighting everywhere. And then I was like, oh, I gotta get the Rabid Squirrel, I gotta get him, you know. He's trying to take over the forest. And so I'm chasing the Rabid Squirrel, and he goes up into a tree to hide. But little did he know that I'm like quite the avid tree climber. So I'm like jumping up in the trees and climbing around. I'm like, oh, like a monkey. And so I finally catch up to him, and he attacks me first, and he's hitting me with his tail. I'm like, wah, 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 wah. And you know, I'm blocking everything he's got coming towards me. And then he like does this like double backflip thing and lands on my back, and he bites me right in the neck, and I'm like, oh, you know, because he's got rabies, the Rabid Squirrel. And so I finally, you know, get him with a couple other blocks, and then I was like, oh, I got the sword of fire, which ended up just being a lighter, and I lit his tail on fire, which ended up being an absolutely horrible idea because he freaks out, he's on fire, he's running around the forest, and I ended up burning down the entire Bavarian forest and killing all the animals I was trying to protect. But anyways, I got back into the States, and I was like, oh, I gotta get, you know, rabies vaccination. And the rabies actually mutated, you know, with my body, and like connected with my body like it's not supposed to. And weird things started happening. My hair started growing really rapidly, and just strange things started happening. I started waking up in the middle of fields naked, and yeah, and it was the creation of my alter ego, Wolf Boy, which I'll be having a beer, and not the next one, but the one after that. It's going to be called The Legend of Wolf Boy, and I'll go into that story of Wolf Boys. So, anyways, too bad you can't drink this with me because it is delightful. More delightful than Blackbeard's, perhaps. Anyways, thanks for watching, and keep brewing if you do, start brewing if you don't, and yeah, don't call me because I won't give you any of this beer because it's so dang good. Later.